Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, I know y'all seen the title and y'all wondering, yo, what is this man talking about? But I just wanted to touch on this article about the infamous Parkway Gardens, aka O Block, being put up for sale. I'm not going to be long at all, but I feel there's some lessons we all can learn about repping a neighborhood that don't even belong to us, and the amount of bloodshed for it, or for it to be sold to someone else and just leave us in limbo in the end. Now, before I talk about all that, I'm just getting into a few facts about O Block and give a little details about it based off this article that I read about it being sold. Before I get into all that, man, make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you aren't, I swear, it's lit here. So join the Anonymous gang so you can stay updated with some of the realest content on YouTube. Let's get straight into it. Now, the article says this: Parkway Gardens, one of the biggest and most notorious affordable housing complexes in Chicago, is now up for sale. And for y'all that don't know, this is also where Michelle Obama lived at before it was like turned into the whole 694 units of affordable housing with federal subsidized rents. You know, she was located there. So that's a fun little fact. Now, Related Midwest, which is the real estate and development firm that owns the property, it says they're seeking a buyer for the 694 apartment spread among nearly 36 buildings. The 13-acre campus stretches from 63rd to 65th Streets between Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Drive and Calumet Avenue. Now, that's where the whole King Drive relation comes from. When you hear guys like Memo 600 and King Von, they say it in their music. You know, that's where that originated from, in which they later turned it to Steve Drive after the death of Lil Steve. Now, the article also says this. It says, what's not mentioned: the gun violence that troubled Parkway Gardens and the surrounding area for years. A portion of King Drive along Parkway Gardens is known as O Block, and it's a reference to a gang member who was killed nearby, and is known as the most dangerous block in the city. Now, see, look, you know it's real when they have information like this on a website and they trying to sell a property. I don't know about y'all, but I wouldn't want to buy a property knowing it's a known gang area with violence and killings happening on the property. But like I said, the area is so real that they have to put it in there when they selling this whole property. That's crazy. Now, it says Related's deal to acquire Parkway Gardens in 2011 included the use of $59.5 million in taxes and bonds from the Illinois Housing Development Authority. Additional money included $28.8 million in Wells Fargo equity from low-income housing tax credits and $9.9 million in historic rehabilitation tax credit. So it says Related rehabbed the apartments after the purchase, completing the work in 2014. So Related is pretty much, you know, the real estate and development firm. They bought it in 2011. So in 2011 they bought it. They fixed it up a little bit in 2014. But now it says this: Jeanette Taylor, whose ward includes Parkway Garden, said Related has been a terrible owner. Now, it describes a multitude of issues ranging from water damage and broken elevators to pests and rodents. So pretty much, you know, we already know that, man. They trying to say, some of the residents are saying that it's not it. Like, in there, it's disgusting. And they got a few complaints on the website. If you go to the website, it's people talking about how it's disgusting. People be loitering, and we already know that. You know, you see dudes shooting videos in there all the time. Noise complaints. These are things we already know because just from looking in and watching videos, and we already know that it's crazy in the buildings because we see what happens outside the buildings. So just imagine inside the buildings. All right, and these are people who are, you know, most of these people are in poverty. All right. It also goes to say that she said this: it's a headache for them. They couldn't do nothing with it and didn't want to be made to look bad because they want to continue working with the city, so they're trying to get rid of it. So I guess she's talking about Related. She's saying that they can't do nothing with the property because it's out of control at this point with the with all the violence, gang violence, and the people that surround it, the guys that are terrorizing it. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to hurry up and get rid of it because they want to keep their contract with the city. They want to continue working with the city, you know, getting properties and, you know, working with Illinois. So they know that O Block is pretty much messing up their reputation. So they're trying to hurry up and get rid of it. And in the midst of them getting rid of it, they just don't care. So then it says Jennifer Maddox, a Chicago police officer who runs Future Ties, which is a nonprofit that offers after-school programs out of the basement space in a Parkway Gardens building, said many residents have lacked basic services and suffered as they waited weeks or months for repairs. So also, I'm assuming the landlord, whoever's in charge of making sure these buildings are in tip-top shape, they're not doing their job neither. You know, it says that people are sitting there waiting weeks or months for repairs, which means if I have water damage, if I have a leak, if my water is cold and it's not getting hot, so I really can't take a shower, that means that I have to wait weeks or months for that situation, that problem to be fixed. And that's a problem. So it says that Jennifer Maddox also said, quote, "There's 3,000 people who live here, most living on about $16,000 a year. Many of these people with families, and there's no social service entity to provide any support." And that's crazy. $16,000 a year. So I'm assuming there might be some rent issues as well, because who's surviving off of $16,000 a year? How can I pay rent? How can I pay for food? How can I pay for clothing? How can I pay for transportation back and forth to work? How can I pay for everyday activities off of $16,000 a year? Now, Jennifer Maddox also said, quote, "The residents deserve better, and the violence on the property overshadows the good things and the residents who are working hard and doing the things they need to do. So it's frustrating for them because they get a bad rap just for living over here, period." Now, that's pretty much it for the whole article, whatever the case may be. But I just wanted to paint a picture for y'all what's going on in Parkway Gardens, aka O Block. So they're selling it because they pretty much they can't do nothing with it. It's out of their control. And I think that no matter who buys it, it's going to be out of control because of the climate, the area in which it's in already. The only thing that's left for them to do when they change it up, 9 times out of 10, what they're going to do is gentrify it. That's what's going on in New York. They're going to low income places. Other people are buying these areas, these properties that lower income lives in. They're pushing them out. They're raising the rent. And then a whole different how can I say this in the right way? Pretty much white people are moving in. It's happening in Brooklyn. It's happening in Harlem. A lot of it's starting to happen in Queens. It's a lot going on right now, man. Now, you got your boy Lil Durk. He keeps commenting on the Shade Room and Ball Alert post, talking about he's going to buy it. He don't care how much it costs. Let's be real. Well, first and foremost, people that's already from Chicago, that's really from Chicago, they commenting back and they saying he's fronting because he know, like everybody else know, it's already been sold to the University of Chicago. So he's just saying that to look cool because he knows that it's really not up for sale anymore. Also, if you go back to what I said in the article, it Related, which is the development firm, they bought it in 2011 for $59.5 million. Sorry, Dirk, but you ain't coming up with that kind of money, brother. You know, so it is what it is. Now, if he was smart, maybe at the initial start when he heard it was up for sale, he had a few rapper friends that invest with him into it, because that's a good investment, man. That's generational wealth. 694 apartments, you know, you could eat forever off that. But the lesson that I wanted to get into initially, man, was this. All the people that lost their lives for that same block. Now look. And let this be a lesson to the people that's listening, or let that be a lesson to the people that still live there and gotta actually go through this. Because all the people that lost their lives, they didn't own that block. No matter how much you repped it, no matter how much work you put in for it, you don't own that block. Jay-Z said it best on the OJ track. He said, "Please don't die over the neighborhood that your mama renting. Take your drug money and buy the neighborhood. That's how you rent it." You gotta be smart, man. Especially if you out there getting money, right? You in the street doing whatever you doing. Take that money, man. Make it work for you. Now, y'all know I don't preach negativity. I don't tell y'all, oh, don't do this, because you're gonna do what you want to do anyway. So if you out in the streets, all I'm saying is be wise. Take that money, do something with it. A lot of you guys, y'all out there, y'all hustling, y'all getting money. All y'all want to do is go to the strip club, trick on this girl, go on vacations. That money don't last forever. And as quick as you get it, is as quick as it leaves. As quick as it could be taken away from you. Be smart with that money, man. Please. Because out of all the territorial shootings and gang violence, here it is, somebody that simply came in, bought the whole place, and now they own the whole thing without having to go through any of that shooting or violence or any of that stuff that these guys that actually lived there and lost their lives had to go through. Meanwhile, the same people that claimed it and said it's literally theirs, they lost their lives while the University of Chicago, whoever, bought the buildings. Y'all probably don't even know how the people look that bought them buildings. That's how you move. The person that bought that building could be standing right next to you today, and you would never know. But meanwhile, you in videos, you in interviews, you in music, songs, claiming this block that isn't yours. So, like I said, man, I assume what they plan on doing to the property will include raising the rent, which is going to force your brother, your sister, your grandmother, your mother, your cousins, all of them to be out of a home. That's the only way that they're going to try to change the demographic. They're going to try to change the surrounding, the area. That's the only way to force them that type of people out, and then make it like a whole new breath of fresh air. They're gonna try to get a new surrounding, new people. Next thing you know, you're gonna start seeing malls and new stores being put up. Once you start seeing certain stores like Trader Joe's, when you start seeing 7-Eleven, what's that? Starbucks. When you start seeing stores like that being put up in the neighborhood, just know that they're gonna gentrify it. Just know them white people are moving in. I'm sorry. When you see Trader Joe's, Starbucks, Whole Foods, but stores like that, just know them white people are coming. I'm sorry. Just know that. Alright, man. So like I said, I wasn't gonna be too long with y'all. Please just take this as a lesson learned, man. These blocks that y'all repping, y'all claiming, that y'all want, that y'all dying for, your friends is dying for, your cousin, your brother, your father, your uncle, the people that are dying for these blocks, y'all don't own them neighborhoods, man. The objective is to get out of them neighborhoods. Or if you can make enough money to own that neighborhood, own that neighborhood. Shout out to Rollo. He had a whole apartment complex. Now he got it illegally, but that just shows the type of brain that he had, like the mission he was on, the road he was trying to go down. Now just imagine if you could do that legally. You could obtain that type of space legally and put tenants in there and have them paying you at least $1,200, $1,800, $2,000 a month. That's income that you could pass down to your children. That's generational wealth. You can stop the generational curse that's within your family, y'all. So please, man, let this be a lesson learned. Shout out to everybody in Chicago. Shout out to everybody that's actually in O Block. I hope they don't gentrify it. I hope, they do come and do the right thing, fix it up, and hopefully that could lead to a better future for O Block. you know, instead of the rap that it already had right now. So I'm gonna leave that there, man. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, y'all, as long as y'all keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping, and I'm out.